So I have with me on the phone, I have Skila and Carlos from the band Fear is Dead. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How you having?
I'm doing pretty well. So we were just talking off recording before this. You guys actually have regular jobs, which a lot of people in music do nowadays. What is it that you guys do outside of actually doing music?
To make a living, you mean?
Correct.
Okay. I'm a graphic installer, and I do a lot of signage. I do a lot of corporate events, offices, stuff like that. It's a lot of wall graphics, window graphics, depending on the event. Sometimes they'll convert a whole space into some other scenic. I don't know how to explain it. They just do a lot of scenic stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
It varies on the producer usually in the event.
A lot of the vinyls you see in like elevators and store fronts and things like that. That's a lot of the work that he does as well.
Okay, I gotcha. And Carlos, what do you do?
Sides of buildings.
For me, I bartend. Actually, I work at two completely opposite bars. One is a bit of a like bougie like cocktail lounge spot, really big date spot. Then the other one is the raunchy, well-known metal dive bar called Lucky 13 Saloon with like go-go dancers. It's also a metal venue.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Lucky 13.
Yeah, shout out to Lucky 13 Saloon. It's a pretty huge gap, but oddly enough, I work for a married couple.
Gotcha.
One of the owners in Lucky's is married to my manager over at Wolfen Gear, the cocktail bar. So,
interesting. So you have those two little jobs, but basically, you have the separate entities of each of them that kind of take your personality in a different directions. Is what it sounds like.
Sure. It lets me talk to people a different way. With Wolfen Gear, I get to be more creative. It's like a creative outlet. I get to make a lot of all these like cool cocktails, work with a shit ton of like different syrups and ingredients and stuff.
Cool.
It's super creative. And then with the other spot, I get to be myself and just have fun and party.
Exactly.
Everyone else that's in the bar.
All right. Well, let's get now into your band, Fear is Dead. You ready for this? All right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So how long have you guys been together, and how did the band form?
We've been together about 3 years now.
Okay.
And I'm the founding member of the band. We were formed, 3 years prior to that, in 2011.
Okay.
And it was myself, Jacqueline Burns, and Anthony Moreno Brown. Shout out to them. And Carlos and Matt were our backups. And when the guys bowed out for life decisions, they had to do personal things.
Gotcha.
Matt and Carlos stepped up, and then we found David, and then we just started it all up again, and we've been just hitting the scene hard since.
And you guys started, like you just said, basically as a 3-piece. Now you're a 4-piece. How did that dynamic kind of help mold the band into today?
It was a 3-piece originally because we couldn't find a bass player that fit the band, so we used to hire him.
Gotcha. And then now,
that's how we met Matt.
Okay. And then what was the hiatus in 2014? What ended up happening there? Was it like you kind of just said a little bit, the hiatus you guys had in 2014? You guys did, and what was that?
Between Morning Ritual and Leucophobia. That's during the transition. That's when everybody switched over.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was actually in a band with Matt, separately called Coco, and then that band broke up, and with that free time and having already started writing with Skila and Carlos and stuff, it was just a natural transition. We were just like, well, there's no reason not to. Let's totally like what we're writing, and we want to enjoying it.
Cool. Very cool.
We're more close friends and family than like bandmates.
Which is always a good dynamic to have for any band really going forward, I would say.
Yeah, we bicker like married couples.
But in a good way, not in like...
definitely in a good way, because it never gets really, like, angry. Yeah. It's always just like, fuck you.
Yeah, like a lot of little petty... little petty bullshit here and there, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're all very good at brushing shit off.
That is also a good trait to have for this business as well. So,
Bigger fish to fry.
exactly. So I've been reading here about you guys. 2017 has been really good for the band. You guys released your fourth EP called What Remains. You also released Dirt Nap being the single. What can you tell us about the song and the EP that is different from the earlier recordings?
This EP in general was, I think, more creative, and we were a lot more in our zones, comfort zone.
With the Lusophobia, that was like our first, I guess, sort of experiment as a group, because that was the first time the four of us in a room wrote together as a unit. And then What Remains was when we kind of found our niche, got to know each other a little more musically, and it was more us than just like shutting out ideas and making it work. Like this was we kind of had more of a direction than we did during Lusophobia.
Gotcha.
And it was more of a natural flow.
Yeah, definitely more natural. It was in Lusophobia. It was like someone would come apart and then we just build on it, and it just kind of chop things up and piece them together here and there wherever we could. But this one was
experimentation.
Yeah, a lot of get and check kind of thing. And yeah, with What Remains, it was just we got to know each other. We got to know how each other write. We got to know how we work with each other dynamically, musically, and it just came to be in a good way. Like it just came out right.
And since the band was formed in 2011 compared to now, how has the style of the music changed with the whole dynamic of changing basically the members of the group? Obviously, Skila being the main guy, you can probably tell me best.
It's definitely more aggressive. A lot more aggressive.
Definitely way more metal. I mean, especially because where me and David come from musically, David was a huge like Korn, Slipknot, like new metal guy. Well, me, I mean, I drum in a death metal band, and like I like progressive rock and metal and stuff. And Matt's like everywhere. he'll go from like jazz and funk and hip hop to like some of the same metal that I listen to. Yeah, we definitely got heavier on the instrumental basis, even vocally. We were, I'd say originally they were closer to being new metal, and now we're kind of just branched out and kind of still experimenting and finding where we're at.
Okay.
Same with the writing too, with the lyrics. Like I was transitioned as far as doing metal and doing rock, and I come from hip hop, and while I always had different influences, and I was always very into rock and grunge, it was vocally, it was still something new, so it was a lot of learning. And like now, after singing lessons and trial and error and stage experience, all that, now I find my writing is a whole lot different than it used to be.
That's good. It's always obviously when you grow as a human being, your experiences are going to change. So there you go. It's all based on that, basically.
And stylistically, I more so than lyrics. I'm always changing because what I write is usually based off what I see and what I live. But as far as the style, it's definitely changed from more of a rhyme pattern to more singing, and now I actually use all the elements that I picked up throughout my years.
It's good. Yeah, I've heard. I was checking out a few of the songs, your recent songs, and I heard that exactly like you just said there. So well said on that. To the next one. Your band Fear is Dead has been dropping new tracks and videos basically every 2 to 3 months. Does the band do this so the fans have fresh content, or why do you do it? Do you do it for yourselves?
With Lusophobia, it was more about creating content to establish our presence.
Okay.
And we were a new band, technically. Again, we were reborn, so I had to put that out there, and we had to establish a fingerprint. And like like now it's a little different because we have videos now, we have content out there, we have, you know, pictures, music, and now it's more about focusing on key things and get the band further. We're not going to do a video for every song on this EP. We're going to do 2 to 3 videos and work on the next project. And
Gotcha.
concentrate more on getting more songs out there and more videos, but more cherry picking the ones we want.
Okay.
The songs we want to showcase.
I mean, in general, like when it comes to like shows and every step that we're going to be taking, that we've established who we are as a group and like what we can do, it's going to be more about quality than quantity.
Gotcha. Which it always should be, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, in the beginning, we just needed to do that push, just to speed the process up a little bit, because I had already made a lot of noise with the first group, and it was just about reestablishing that presence.
Cool. And I think you kind of mentioned earlier about a little bit of your stage show and how you kind of changed yourself to be on stage. It seems like that there's a lot of bands out there that lack stage presence. You guys put a lot of effort into your live shows. Some saying that you guys are remnants of early Machine Head and Korn. Do you think that a live show experience is important to the music as the music itself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Like, I've always, like, and I probably, I mean, being a drummer, we're known to be kind of music whores. I'm the one who's really been around the block and, like, played with different bands and even session stuff. And my number one thing that I was focused on, regardless of what genre, regardless of who I'm playing with, even if you don't like the music, I want that one compliment to be like, you guys are tight. Like, you know what you're doing. You're doing it well. Like, I don't, it's, like, not everyone's going to like everything that we make.
Yeah.
And I don't expect you to.
You can respect it.
Me personally, yeah. Me personally, like, I respect it. Like, if there's a country band that, like, that just, like, blows me away live and is just on point and has everything.
Kills it.
Down.
You gotta keep it up.
Like, yeah. Because it's one thing to, like, make the magic happen in the studio, but, like, to do it live and have that raw energy, it's just a whole other ballgame.
Exactly. And it seems
Separates the men from the boys.
And it seems like there's a lot of bands that really aren't too in tune with that yet. It seems like, you know, they just kind of stand there, and to me, that's not as fun to watch, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, you want the good music, but you also want a good performance as well. So you kind of want it all.
You got to do it. You got to be up there like, you never know who's watching. And you can't, it got to be the same thing for 5 people, or 500 people, or 5,000 people,
Exactly.
or 50,000 people. You don't show them your soul. You don't show them that shit, they ain't going to believe it. They ain't going to buy it. I ain't going to believe you. I don't believe myself if I don't put my 100% on it.
Exactly. And, you know, when you put 100% into it, people see that raw emotion. They see your stage presence, and they gravitate it to that more than just, you know, a pop band or something that's just standing there really doing nothing. So you're exactly right about that.
Funny, like we all kind of have our own style live. Everyone kind of does their own thing, but it like works like it's cohesive to one another. Like everyone just projects a different energy, but it's raw and it's real. So.
Well, between the two of you, what is your favorite band to watch that is live? What's your favorite live band?
Indie or like underground?
Any band at all. Like if you were to say, hey, so-and-so's coming through, God, they're amazing live, I want to see them. Who would that be?
I just saw Korn with David.
Uh-huh.
Nuts. Wow.
And they've been doing it for like 20 years now too, so it is incredible.
Yeah, and so was Stone Sour. Yeah, Stone Sour.
Stone Sour, exactly.
They're awesome. But as far as recently in independent scene, an act that really just blew my mind. I gotta keep up to now. Dishonest Escape.
Okay.
They destroyed that stage.
For me personally, it's a little bit of a different route, but one of the bands that recently, there's 2 bands actually that I saw that just completely just annihilated me. I was actually on this cruise called 7,000 Metal back in February,
Okay.
It was my first time seeing Suffocation. They're actually a death metal band from Long Island.
Yep.
Here locals. Big name. It was my first time playing against them, and like my jaw just dropped. Like I'm normally at shows, I'll headbang, I'll mosh, I'll have fun. Like I was sitting in my seat, just like staring at every one of the members, and just like, like they're like the drum was fucking absurd. Like it was just like everything was clean, and like it was just a lot of energy. Them
cool.
and another band called Amorphous,
Okay.
which is more melodic, more of a progressive band. But them, they they know what they're doing. You could see it like that. They took their shit seriously, like that. They loved what they were doing, and they really made a point to like not leave anything, no stone unturned. Like it was on a pool deck. The wind was blowing through their long ass metalhead hair, and like it was the fall. It looked like a music video, but live. It was ridiculous.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And the performance itself was just like on point. It did not miss a single beat, a note. Like it was just pristine. Like you think it came out of the studio, but like mix and master. But like no, it was just like live. Like every single thing from their tone to
wow,
their cadence, to everything they did was on point. So that was my most recent experience.
Yeah, that's pretty.
My favorite band. They do the same thing live. They're really on point. They don't have a lot of energy live in terms of like showmanship, like headbanging going crazy, but they're just phenomenal artists and play everything like flawlessly.
Cool. So to the next question here. Obviously, you guys doing metal hardcore music. The metal hardcore scene can be pretty tight knit, but also can be fickle, with a lot of cliques who push like other bands out. Have you guys ever experienced that being in New York City?
What was that question again?
Let me try to make sure you guys can hear this. The metal hardcore scene has been tight knit. It can be tight knit. It also can be fickle with a lot of cliques. Cliques that push other bands out. Have you guys ever experienced that being in New York City?
In a sense, yeah, it could be very cliquey. Thing about music, about metal scene in New York, it's like there's not just one scene. It's like multiple different scenes.
Correct, exactly.
There's a hardcore scene. There's a black metal scene. There's like a pretty like heavy like melodic metal scene, and then there's like us where we're kind of like in between. We're kind of in limbo. But there's a couple other bands with us that like they kind of play different types of shows, and that's really the important thing. It doesn't matter like what band you're surrounded by. Like I mean, if anything, you'll just stand out that much more if you're not in the right place. That's kind of how it's been working out with us. There's not a lot of, I guess, new metal influence bands.
Okay.
There's not a scene that we fit into, but we seem to fit in everywhere.
Yeah, it's almost like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
See, and that to me is the best way to go too. You can kind of do it all.
People either love us or hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no between. People either absolutely love us or they hate us. There's like no between. It's pretty funny.
There are many bands that think they can do everything on their own with media, booking, PR, all that. What made you guys decide to use a PR firm to enhance your band's visibility?
Because I was doing all that already, and we were doing that already, and like it's a lot of work. And I figure this is the thing. Like, I'm looking for a manager right now, and I haven't been able to find somebody that can do what I do for us. And with that being said, it was like, okay, so I can't really find anybody to take this place, but I could find help, and we were doing everything ourselves. From the music videos, like Skila did all the editing. The only thing we got help with was like some filmographers that like have like a camera. So other than that, like even set design. Like, we did set design. We recorded it, edited it ourselves. We even like I booked a couple showcases for us where like I just kept the middleman. We totally just grabbed bands that we knew that we loved and like a bunch of locals, and a lot of the shows have been like very DIY, and we do it ourselves. We host it ourselves. No booking agent. We just do our thing. And our biggest crowds are usually ours. So our biggest crowds are usually at shows that we book. When it's other promoters, like it's kind of a little hit or miss. But like when we book a show, and we book all the bands, like we will pack out a venue usually.
Yeah, I was reading you guys did that at your Lucky 13 show. So, sold it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we did that twice. Yeah,
That's
last year.
awesome.
Well, I was there so many times.
Yeah,
Home.
Yeah.
it's funny. Last year, Lucky's had their annual Halloween show on a Saturday,
Okay.
and we put ours the following Sunday, our Halloween event. And Saturday was a pre-show, their Halloween event. It was a lot of people. It was a busy night, in fact. And then Sunday, it was like raining sideways. It was we were charging $5 at the door, and we actually got a ticket from that
Wow.
store.
Wow.
So that's kind of I mean, it like you can tell when a promoter is promoting the show, not just like leaving it to the bands. Really.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I mean, a lot of times you'll get promoters who are just like the middleman connecting bands to the venues and like not really doing any of the legwork, just giving them all money. So we just like screw that. Like, I mean, I'd rather just like get it done myself and hope that someone else does the job right. Yeah. So that's kind of been a general consensus this year. Is that I mean,
Yeah. If you want it done right, do it yourself.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we got the help with the publicity because we were doing so much ourselves already.
The one thing
It would only help more.
Exposure. That's literally the one thing we're lacking. Exposure to outside networks that aren't just like right in front of us.
Uh-huh.
Or that we
Exactly.
don't have the connection.
That we don't have the connection to. Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of groundwork, like hitting up radio stations and stuff by ourselves, mailing out EPs, things like that. But there's only so much you can do, really.
Especially if they don't know your name.
Exactly. That's the thing is like radio stations get tons of MP3s sent to them and whatever, but when you have a PR company actually throw it into them, they see it more than they would from just a regular so and so band from the side. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just the visibility, like you said. And me being in Chicago, I didn't know you guys until I got the email. So there you go. So now Chicago area will know who you are. So have you guys traveled outside of New York? Do you guys do any tours outside, or do you just kind of stay at home for now?
It's in the plans.
Okay.
Plans for next year.
We're gonna be doing a lot of little like East Coast runs and like shorter trips, not like any huge one-shot national tours. We're gonna be doing like maybe like 3 or 4 days spreads. Get the bug in people's ears that when we are ready and we do a full length tour.
Okay.
We already got a little something going on. We got a little book going.
Very cool.
So we are very interested in doing a national tour. We're hoping and planning for summer, but these things can be tricky. It's nothing is really set in stone the way the industry moves. It's like you gotta anticipate it, move with it. It's very fluid.
Exactly.
And there's always a lot of waves.
So going on tour, do you guys think that obviously your enhancement in the scene will get even more because you'll be outside of your normal jurisdiction? But how do you think you'll be able to make money outside of New York with other bands? Are you going to rely on selling merch? What's your main plan that way?
Well,
Aside from merch, save money and do it.
well, also the main thing is booking smart. Know who you're booking with.
Correct, exactly.
And paid shows.
Yeah, get paid shows because a lot of times like I've gone on tour and like booked half of it by myself with like between our band and like the other band,
Okay.
and it was a lot of like back and forth and leaving no stone unturned, just contacting different venues and going with one that gives the best deal on the best date. And sometimes like even something as small as a $200 guarantee. I mean, it's something. It's gas money. Like,
Exactly.
just making sure that they take care of us in some kind of way. Like, we don't expect anything crazy, especially like if you're on tour in a state you've never been in on a Monday night. Like, I'm not gonna expect the world. I don't even expect $50, but I expect effort. I expect them to give a shit. Like,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
general, like there was one venue. It was actually a gorgeous spot, but the booker dropped the ball and like nothing happened with it. It was just us and one band, one other local.
Gotcha.
But the spot they couldn't pay us, but they gave us a whole pack of waters to take with us on the road, and they actually they actually had a laundry room, so they let us do all our laundry.
Oh wow!
Over there, and they bought us food. So like that was really sweet of them. That was awesome. I mean, like anything. I mean, we're struggling musicians. I mean, just respect the hustle and know that we're grinding out there.
Exactly.
And, like I said, know who you're working with.
That too. Have you guys heard of the band out from New York called Vajra?
Yeah, actually, they're kind of tour manager slash driver. He was the guy who was with us on our tour. Not sure if that was not guy.
Not David, because actually I booked them a show here in Chicago with me.
It was this big dude, Max, big beard photographer.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've met him. So
okay.
But yeah, they came to Chicago a few times recently, and they played one of my shows here, and it was pretty cool. And they love it. They need to get out. They need to get out here more, and obviously, I want to get you guys out here too. That'll be pretty cool as well.
Sure, yeah, we'd love to.
So let me ask you guys. You each can answer this one question. The last one here. If you can change one thing in the music industry, what would it be? It's always an interesting one.
That's a tricky one. I mean, honestly, it'd have to be if I was going to just say a real general one-word answer that could encompass everything, it would be, and this is the industry, not the bands.
Correct.
You know, but like the business, it would be the greed. I would change the greed. There used to be money in the music business.
Yeah, there used to be.
Yeah, the greed got rid of all that.
I mean, if I'd say not so much industry, but society as a whole, just respecting artists and their art. I mean, like a lot of bands just like put their blood, sweat, and tears into what they do, and get jack shit for it. Like you'll have fans that come out to shows and stuff, but they'll just like download your music, not give a shit, like and not really support.
Gotcha.
And just in general, like in a perfect world, like a musician that works hard and grinds and perfects his craft, it'd be good to get paid like a living wage. It'd be good to live off of this.
That's always nice to have. Once you establish yourselves, it's always a great thing to do. Just get paid for what you love.
I mean, even some bigger bands. I mean, the drummer for Catatonia, one of my favorite bands, he actually quit because he couldn't support his family in the way he wanted to with the band.
Yeah,
well, that goes back to what I was saying about the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greed.
Yep, nobody's getting really paid for anything anymore. That's what sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's getting paid.
Somebody is, exactly.
You might be good. You might be good as like a single person living by yourself, your band, especially. But like, if you want to have like a family, if you want to like have like property, like whatever it is, like build a life out of it, it's really difficult as a musician. You definitely like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna need some other hustle on the side.
Exactly.
And work on the side, no matter how big you are, unless you're like fucking Metallica, like.
Well, that's where that's the thing though. I was about to say, like, it's up to bands to learn how to market and brand themselves so that they can make that kind of money.
Exactly.
But it's difficult in a business that caters to trends that they create themselves, and it's usually off of models that are in the underground. You know, they'll hear a band, they'll hear an act, and say, "Oh, that's amazing. Let's make our own version and put that out." You know, it's just like with movies. I don't know if you notice, like, a movie will come out, right? It'll be about a certain subject, and people like it, and then 2 more movies just like it will come out.
Bingo. Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing with music, and it's like, okay, it's no longer art; it's a product.
It's a copycat business. That's what it is. It's always been.
For sure.
I mean, you have bands coming out now that sound like bands from the late 60s that basically are taking the entire style and sound from them and turning it into supposedly their own. So that's how it goes. You probably know who this band is that I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it, but But anyway, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Where can we find your music? Tell everybody social media, websites, all that.
Google it. If you like it, you Google it. You'll find our stuff super easily. We're going to be on the first page. But we also have a really straightforward, easy website, www.fearisdead.com. Not Fear is Dead Music, not Fear is Dead Official, just
fearisdead.com.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys again for joining me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.